Hi there, I'm back. This time we have a 20-minute practice. I'm gonna go over some technique to warm up, and then I'll pick a song and we'll practice that a bit. Okay. Now, the first video I did technique in got lost. And in that video I covered major scales. So today I'm gonna warm up with the major scales. Let's do B major. Major. Time around when I got to the top, I didn't do the turnaround in my right hand properly. I'm just gonna check the camera and make sure this is a good angle. Oh yeah, it's a great angle. Okay. So I didn't do the turn. What happened was I went onto my thumb to play the F as if I was gonna go another octave. So watch out for their fingering as you're playing your scales. Okay. Very good. A major. That one I feel like it wasn't steady. If I were to count 1, 2, 3, 4, it probably wouldn't have been on time. So we're playing again and focusing on every note having the same length. Much better, okay. Good. G major. Whoops. Oh, that's a minor. That's the problem. Left hand fingering got messed up on that. I did one of the crossovers that should have been with a 3 with a 4, or vice versa. That's a minor again. Try again. Fast because I couldn't maintain the notes hitting at the same time, the left hand E, the right hand E, same time. So I'll play again slower. But a little faster than that. A little bit better. D flat major. Okay, when I played that, I realized my D flat major feels a lot like B major because they both have 5 black keys. And the only difference is what white keys are you playing. So I'm going to play the D flat major again, and then I'm going to play the B major again, and I'm going to see what are the differences. So here's the B flat major. I hope I said D flat. Okay, so D flat. The white keys are F and C, and if you're playing mostly black keys, it's easier to remember what are my white keys. So in D flat, it's F and C. Now in B major, it's B and E. Now I have to analyze that and I have to know it, because otherwise when I'm practicing one or the other, I'm going to mix up their black keys and I won't know why. And the reason is because D flat major and B major are so similar. So my white keys for B major, B and B and E. Okay, B and E. And then in D major, D flat major, F and C. They're playing none of the same white notes. Okay, so B major. I'll show you a little piano on the screen. In B major, I'm playing both the notes that are hugging to the left. They're hugging the group of black keys. And then in D flat major, the F and the C are hugging the groups of black keys from the right. So that's going to be something. I'm explaining this to you because this is how I would analyze it to help me distinguish the difference between the two of them. And maybe the same analysis will help you. Maybe not. But there it is. Now you know it if you need it. Okay. So that's all our major scales. And I think I'm pretty happy with those. Let's do a little bit of the dominant sevenths. Let's start on A flat. So this is different than the diminished sevenths. The dominant sounds a little happier because it's got a major chord. And then you just throw in a seventh. So that is your A flat major. This is 3 black keys, 1 white key, so it's tricky. Which white key? C. It's easier to play dominant sevenths blocked first and then broken, or solid. Solid and blocked mean the same thing. It means you play all the notes at the same time. It's easier to play it blocked first because then you can see the full picture of what that chord looks like, and then you play it separate, broken. But I'm going to play the next one and I'm going to start broken because I like to do that. I like to challenge a bit. And I'm quite comfortable with these. B flat dominant sevenths. Ba do do do. Nope, broken. Okay, I did not do what I said I was gonna do. Very sad. We're gonna go a bit slower for this one. It was a bit sloppy. Now we'll do solid. When I got to the top there, I thought, oh, I should play them staccato. I should start over. And then I thought, no, I shouldn't start over. I should finish because my goal was to finish. So try and do that. Whatever goal you set, prioritize finishing the goal rather than fixing something. After you finish the goal, then go back and fix. All right, let's do the C dominant seventh. you'll see as I'm playing those staccato ones, I'm executing the staccato, and then I'm taking as long as I need to find the next notes. So if you're not sure what you're about to play, take as much time between each interval to find the next set of notes. And by interval, I mean chord. So this first chord that I play, I will take as long as I need to between the first one and the second one to make sure it's right. And to make sure that I can press every note at the same time with even pressure, so that, you know, sometimes you go and play and you only make sounds with 3 of the notes instead of 4 of the notes. So as you're going to play them, place your fingers so that you can press all of them. Okay. Now we have less than 10 minutes left. What am I going to practice? I love Rhondo, but I want to be able to play more out of it than I can do in 10 minutes. Let's look at this Reverie again. I'm very happy with how this is going, so I almost don't want to stop, but I do want to stop to tell you about pedaling when you have mistakes. So in this part, I played a wrong note here. And I just did now, but I'm going to intentionally play the same note wrong that I did the first time. So I played an E instead of a D. Now what you do, you hear how the pedal is holding through the sound. So if I keep going with that mistake in there, the whole thing now sounds off. So what you do when you make a mistake but you're pedaling is as soon as you make the mistake, let go of the note, clear the pedal, hold down other notes if you have other notes, and then pick up the pedal after you've cleared the bad sound out. So I'll play this again, but instead of holding the pedal so you can hear that odd note, I'm going to clear the pedal so you can hear it go away. And I'll play a little slow so that you can follow. I cleared the pedal. I'm still holding my right hand because it's not wrong. And now the end of that phrase sounds right. Okay, so my timer went. That's all for this session. If I get to do another session today, I will combine this session with that one. And if not, we'll just end it here. A little practice frequently goes a long way. Now, as you've seen over my practice sessions in the last couple weeks, I am practicing very sporadically. I have a super busy life with a lot of responsibilities. So I practice whenever I can, whenever I've got the spare time. And I'm filming all of those practices. So I'm not always following my own advice, which it would be better if I did, because I'm sure I can find 15 minutes every day to practice. Maybe I'll make that a goal. But really the best way to practice is not in big amounts, rarely. It's in small amounts, frequently. And hopefully I will get better at demonstrating that for y'all. Hello, welcome back. So I'm doing the second session and we've got another 25 minutes. When it's over, the timer will go and the video will stop abruptly, and then I'll edit in a little end clip. All right, so we did quite a bit of practice on Reverie this last week. And so I want to go back to my beloved Rhondo, Alla, Turca. Now I'm going to try playing those first two lines faster. Nice. So often if you start off if you start off slowly and you do a few times slowly, then you can do a faster practice and you'll be able to nail that. But very rarely can you start with a fast practice and not make a bunch of mistakes. Okay, one more time. section, so I'm going to do it slowly first. Okay, now this is what I would call a practice spot. This is a section where you take 2 or 3 or 4 measures and you just practice them over and over and over again because there's a lot of sticky stuff in them. So that's what we're doing. That's what I'm about to do with measure 20, 20, 21, 22, 23. 20 to 23. So what I'll do is for a practice spot, I'll play it 5 times slowly and be very careful of everything. Then I'll play it another few times and try and be a little faster but steady. If I think of this as an octave, it's an E octave with an A in the middle. So that should help me not make the mistake I was making by not reaching it properly. weird place. See, even that little, I started one note differently than I was, and even that little change threw off a bunch of notes. So, well, it didn't throw off a bunch of notes. It made me hesitate and go, oh, what's next? Which I've considered throwing off a bunch of notes because the hesitation causes a change in the rhythm. So the notes sound out of place. So I want to play again, and I'll start off like I did before. I'm not going to start on the note I'm comfortable with. I'll start one note away. And then we'll see if I still hesitate or if I can clean up the hesitation. Nope, that's not where we're starting. We're starting on the next note. And again. And let's start back here. Let's start in another different place. Too fast, but let's see if we can keep the light touch. Very nice. Mozart usually has a really light, playful sound, and so as I'm playing this, I want to be developing a light touch. So how I was playing before was quite chunky, and the purpose of that is I'm just focusing on notes. I want to feel more pressure in my fingers, because when I feel more pressure in my fingers, it's going to send stronger signals, I assume, through my neural system to my brain, and the confidence with the pressure that I'm giving will hopefully help me learn the music better. But as I'm getting better at the notes, now I want to develop a light touch, because that's going to benefit the sound of the song into the future. Oh. out this sequence. Now I haven't played these octaves in a bit, so I gotta be careful because of my hand injury the other week. I gotta be careful not to overdo it. So I'm going to be intentionally keeping my hand relaxed. I might even play a bit slower, and will be more gentle with this section. See, my temptation is now I want to see if I can play really fast because that memory thing just came so easily, but we're not going to push it. We're not going to play really fast today because I am in charge of stewarding my body. I got to do the right thing by my body, and that means be gentle with it when it's recovering. So that's what we're doing. We're not going to go too long on those octaves. We're just going to do a little bit and then move on because we have more of these octave sections anyways to cover. Okay, now, did you hear when I played this section, between every group of notes, it's like I'm stopping and I'm asking a question, like, what comes next? I don't know. When you notice that in your playing, this often happens between measures, and it often happens a lot for beginners, but it also happens for intermediate. And what's happening is here I have a new set of notes, so it feels natural to take a break. And because I'm not sure of what I'm going to play next, I'm taking too long of a break, and it's creating these long hesitations in the music. So I will play again a bit slower because it's better to have a long distance between every note and every note be equal, rather than fast on 4, long, fast on 4, long. Because consistency in piano, steadiness in music is always more appealing to the ear. So it's better to develop steadiness as a habit because it will help you with your artistic expression later. And it helps whoever's listening because this actually sounds like better music than this. The hesitations are jarring, and you're listening to your music too, so I imagine as we're playing, if we're hearing that like somebody else who is listening can hear it, it's probably not helping your brain either because your brain's like, that doesn't sound like music. So it's best to aim for steadiness all throughout rather than fast here, hesitate there. Fast here, hesitate there. Now, I've also said in the past that hesitations are better than mistakes, and this is true. Pick a speed. Combine these two pieces of advice. Pick a speed that is comfortable to travel at so that you have fewer hesitations. And when you feel you're about to do something wrong, hesitate there and fix it. The slower speed will cause fewer hesitations, which will automatically help you with the not making mistakes part. They work in conjunction. And there's a time to just try and play as fast as you can and not worry about hesitations and mistakes because you want to see how fast you can go. Or because playing fast will reveal your hesitations, your weak points. There's a time for that. And there's a time to play slow and steady. You can play slow and steady for way too long and never try and increase the speed, and then you're not going to be able to play at a faster speed. So it's all about balance. You can try these different ways, and you can combine methods of practicing for your best practice, which should always be a little bit different. I heard advice from a more advanced pianist than me recently, where they said, I'm gonna edit those out. That's a lot of thinking space. They said not to practice mindlessly over and over and over. And they're right, absolutely. You don't want to practice mindlessly. What you want to do is every time you go to practice, you're focusing on something, which is also what he was saying. So that's awesome. Too many mistakes, practicing too fast. Let's go again. Same mistake. Now let's mark that a little more clearly so that I can see it coming next time. Is a bit different. Let's see if that helps. Yeah. Let's go over this section that gave me trouble. We'll do 3 or 4 times on it. I usually do 3 to 5 times. For some reason, 3s and 5s work very well. So we'll either do 3 times or we'll do 5 times. Now, the slowness that I'm going is slow enough that I can see what the next note is, double check it before I play it. So, depending on the speed that you can read, identify, and double check your notes, that's the speed that you'll go. You need to go slow enough to keep up with your reading, that your finger. So that was the timer, that's why the video stopped abruptly. Let me finish what I was saying. You need to go slow enough for your fingers to follow the speed that you can read and identify the notes. Okay, thank you for joining me. That'll be it for today. If you like this kind of content, please like the video, subscribe if you would like more, and if you know anyone who would enjoy watching somebody else practice and maybe learning through the advice given during that time, please share the video with them. Remember to be patient with yourself, go at the speed that you can go, and have a wonderful practice. Bye.